Welcome to Where to Live in Dallas, Texas, and today we are exploring Preston Hollow. Currently, I'm standing in the shopping center of Preston Center with the distinctive sculpture behind me, which I love. It's beautiful. Love that Dallas makes a space for parks and artwork and to keep things beautiful. This is a beautiful shopping center, some great restaurants. I love Hillstone. We get a good steak down there. Frenchie's is behind me. There's even University Park Library. Let me tell you, I love my libraries, and this is a great one. There's some study areas and some great donated books. You can pick up some summer reading here. And I want you to stay tuned until the end because I'm going to show you a Texas treasure of this area that I think you're going to like. And I want to tell you a little bit more about why it's special. And then also, I'm going to show you a property that's available right now that has over 3 acres, and it's right in the heart of Dallas. So you'll want to stick around and see all of that.
Texas isn't just a place, it's a promise. Texas opens doors to opportunities. It's big land and bold living. And whether it's city lights or country nights, Texas has it all. No state income tax, a booming economy, strong values, strong families. Your future starts here. Buy bold, live free, and own Texas. Your only decision is where to live in Texas. Whether you savor wide open skies or skyline views, our team in Dallas and trusted partners across Texas are here to guide you every step of the way. To be a part of Texas tomorrow, call today. Don't delay. Call Janée.
So to begin with, if you've watched my videos about Highland Park, then you'll know that was kind of moving towards the outskirts of downtown Dallas. Well, as that filled in, Preston Hollow became even more northward. And the difference is Preston Hollow has a little bit larger lots. You can find, it's not uncommon to find an acre or so. That adds to the quietness and privateness of your home, and it will feel a little bit more like an estate in the heart of Dallas. So a lot of people are drawn to Preston Hollow. The boundaries are a little bit less defined. At one point it was 2 square miles and it was a separate entity than Dallas, but in the 1940s it got reabsorbed by Dallas and became part of Dallas again. And the boundaries are a little bit fuzzy. You've got Old Preston Hollow, which is absolutely definitely Preston Hollow, north, west, the east, and also within Preston Hollow there are also sub-neighborhoods. And so you're going to want to work with somebody that can help you find the neighborhood and the style you want, and work within your budget, your lifestyle, whatever that is. Preston Hollow, a lot of the residents do send their kids to private schools, and the private schools are located right in Preston Hollow. So if you don't want a long drive in the morning dropping your kids off at private school, you may want to live in Preston Hollow. The average home price is $1.9 million in Preston Hollow. So if you're thinking about that, let's just say $2 million, and you're at a 2% tax rate, that's going to be about $40,000 a year in taxes. So keep that in mind. And some of the homes are older, so you may want to do a little renovation to bring it up to your current lifestyle. And some have already been renovated before they go on the market. So keep all that in mind. So join me as we look around Preston Hollow. There's actually some great gems in here at times, and also something else to know about Preston Hollow, as well as the park cities, which is University Park and Highland Park. And you may be looking at this areas, and also consider Lakewood if you're thinking about these areas, is that the appreciation in these areas far outpaces some of the appreciation you see in other parts of Dallas. So that while the price tag is high, it is can be a very smart investment. Okay, so we are back in the office, and I wanted to quickly show you the map of Preston Hollow. Now you're familiar, this is the heart of Dallas right here. We've got downtown right here. I feel like it's shaped a little bit like a heart. And Dallas North Tollway runs this way, and 75 runs this way. And we have Preston Road coming down right there. Okay, So Preston Hollow is the neighborhood we're going to be talking about. And let me zoom in a little bit. So it's north of downtown, north of Highland Park, north of Dallas Love Field. It's going to be just a few short minutes to Dallas Love Field, about 20 minutes to the DFW airport, and depending on the time of day, 10, 15 minutes to downtown Dallas. First of all, I want you to see the boundary lines of Preston Hollow. In general, you can think of it as the southern border of being Loop 12, also called Northwest Highway, because it initially was in relation to downtown. It was the outer loop at one point. We keep getting new outer loops, and it ran north and west, mostly of downtown. So it's called Northwest Highway also, and Loop 12. So the southern border is that Northwest Highway or Loop 12. And then at the top, it's Royal Lane. Down this side, it's got Hillcrest. And on this side, we have Midway Road. Now, this part here is really considered like older Preston Hollow, the old Preston Hollow. And then this, Preston Hollow North, Preston Hollow East. So, and Old Preston Hollow sort of actually goes more over like this way, more of here. Now, the name Preston Hollow comes from, number one, Preston Road coming right through here. And then number two, you can see the waterways coming through here, and this terrain actually has a bit of some hills and some slopes and some water, and had trees and then openings. And so the hollow is more to describe the topography of it. And when this was all started, the lots were intentionally made a little bit bigger than what was found in Highland Park. And so people could feel like they were having, a little bit more of an estate, a little more land with their house. Couple of things about Preston Hollow. The average income in Preston Hollow is probably 64% higher than the rest of Dallas, and the cost of living is about 34% higher. So, just the taxes on an entry-level home in Preston Hollow is what a lot of people pay for their whole mortgage, their principal, interest, taxes, and insurance in a year. So not everybody lives there. Okay, one of the great things about Preston Hollow is this is where some of the top private schools in Dallas are. Not the only good private schools, but they're well known. There are multiple private schools. We have Jesuit for the boys, as well as St. Mark's, all boys private school, Hockaday, all girls private school, Ursuline, all girls private school, and then we have the Episcopal School of Dallas, which is co-ed. So remember here this is basically Preston Hollow here. That's mostly right in here, Jesuit, Hockaday right outside. But you can live in Preston Hollow or the surrounding area and get your kids to school in the morning and pick them up easily. So that's really great. Another really great thing about Preston Hollow is that you're right there, Dallas North Tollway. This Dallas North Tollway and Preston Road, everything in between there, and also especially kind of towards the west, it's considered the Golden Corridor. And if we look at some of the trends in real estate here, and we look at this green line down here is just how regular real estate is performing across the Metroplex. And it's a little bit down since January of 2022, down 1.2% overall. But these three of the zip codes here that overlap Preston Hollow, they are all way outperforming. We've got for 75229, we have up 73.6%. In 75220, that's really in that heart of Old Preston Hollow, up 122.7%. And that's even including some areas that are not inside Preston Hollow. So it's really, really boomed up. And then 75229, an increase of 12.7%. So these areas, just sort of like Highland Park, they increase in value more rapidly than some of the other areas in Dallas increase. We've also seen rapid increase like in Frisco, that definitely has increased. But this area, it's not only going to hold its value, it's going to increase in value. And something else I wanted to tell you about Preston Hollow, let's go back to this map. You know, these roads in here are pretty narrow. And so when you're thinking about, you know, like all those nice big estates have to have people that come do the yard and trim trees and do work, and they're just really narrow roads, which makes it also more private. And one of the tricky things for me showing houses to you out there is so many are behind the gates and the fences, and you just don't get to see them very well from the road. But it's an area, you know, that if you want to have almost that I'm living a little bit out in the country feeling, but I'm in the heart of Dallas, this is where you can get that acreage and have that kind of an estate. So, you know, if you're wanting to move here, remember to call our team. All of our information is in the description off to the side and pinned to the top of the chat. We're happy to help you whenever you're making that Texas transition. And remember, don't delay, call Janée. Okay, so we are driving through Preston Hollow today. And as we're doing this drive, I want you to know a little bit, some of the architectural styles you're going to see. You're not going to see Victorian homes. Preston Hollow is a little bit north of Highland Park, and it doesn't have as defined boundaries. It was incorporated as its own city in 1939. And then in 1946, the city of Dallas brought it back and reabsorbed it into Dallas. So unlike Highland Park, Preston Hollow did come back. And at the time, it was only a couple square miles. And now that's a little bit disputed. Is it 7 square miles or more like, or about 8 square miles, or is it more like 17 square miles? Certainly the old Preston Hollow is definitely undisputedly part of Preston Hollow, but then you also have north and east and west, and it sort of expands. The boundaries are a little bit undefined, but as you drive through here, or if you're looking for a home in Preston Hollow, you're gonna see some different styles. You're gonna see some that look like French chateau, inspired by what you would also see in the Loire Valley of France. You're also gonna see some sort of Tudor revival kind of homes, where that combines what, you know, a Tudor home, you know, the like 1500s, 1600s, those had a certain look to them. It would have details that were more from the Middle Ages, but also sometimes like the pieces of wood laid on the front of it, the timber. It would have sort of the steeper pitched roofs. And also when you go to England and look at what was built during that time, like I just was there this summer and was in Stratford-on-Avon, seeing some of the, like where Shakespeare was born, and seeing some of the architecture in the city versus the cottages outside the city, like Anne Hathaway's cottage. And I feel like Tudor Revival sort of combines both of those elements. So you sort of have the cottage feel and more of the rooms and that charm combined with the steep roof and the decorative elements. Oftentimes a Tudor Revival, you'll see an arched front door and then sort of a pointed roof area right above that. And so you see sort of the Tudor Revival, you see some French chateau-esque, French castle looking, you see Spanish Revival, Mediterranean, you'll see the stucco with the red or orange clay brick roof. We'll see some more traditional homes. You'll also see modern homes that, you know, so modern is more like 1950 to
on. You have the modern time period that you've got cleaner lines, bigger windows, sometimes a flatter roof, and less decorative detail in the modern look. And then you also will see some contemporary homes, which is more of what is just being built now. More contemporary materials also, will incorporate a lot of interesting materials and textures, and may have some of the same elements of what you saw in the modern architecture, but also a fresh, newer, now type of look to it. You will not so much see Victorian homes in this area. That was an earlier time period. And so by early 1900s, it just wasn't the thing. You will see, though, ranch style homes after World War II came back and started this Texas ranch style, which would be like a sort of a rambling, big one-story home. We had the land. You could buy space out here and build a big one-story, more low profile, not the soaring ceilings and all that in a ranch style so much. You're also going to see some French style homes that are more provincial French, not so much the chateau, but more of what you might see in the French countryside and have that kind of charm. And if you're looking for a particular style down here, we can help you find that. You can call your realtor. Some of the homes might need some renovation, and you might want to get expert help in doing that so you can preserve the character of the home, but yet make it feel comfortable for a modern lifestyle.
I wanted you to see this home behind me. We are on Walnut Hill Lane, and it is 6 lanes with a median. Gets a little bit busy, a little bit loud, but this is a 1951 home built by architect Robert Dilbeck. That's very well known in this area for his homes between the 1920s and 1960s. This particular ranch style home is on almost an acre. If you want to own a piece of history, this is an opportunity. It's 1.9 million, 3,800 square feet, 3 bedroom, 3.5 bath. And I think, did I mention it's almost an acre? And on my way over here, I drove by a place that had a, now if you blinked, you missed it, but it had horse stables at the house and some horses back there eating hay, which was really cool. And so there's some really nice lots here, and the street is a little bit busy, but you also have a really big setback, and which is really great. Architect Charles Dilbert built this house in 1951, designed it. And a quote that I like from him is, "Welcome, come in, sit down, and I hope you enjoy yourself while you're here." So that is kind of the hospitality Dallas is known for a long time. And the designs of the homes, I think, show that hospitality, the generous living rooms and beautiful entries and quiet private bedrooms. Okay, so this one's coming in at 1.9 million. And just to do a little math with you here real quick, because it's kind of some easy math. If you buy a $2 million home in Dallas, and let's say the tax rate's about 2%, well, that ends up being about $40,000 a year in taxes. So keep that in mind when you're picking out a home. And if it's pre-1980, your insurance is going to be going up a little bit higher. So also keep that in mind. But I will say these homes out in the Park Cities, Preston Hollow area, if you had bought 20 years ago, you'd be very pleased with the appreciation. It's really, really appreciated these areas, and probably will continue to do so at a higher, faster rate than other areas in Dallas. And then that's moving north a little bit. So when you get these older established neighborhoods that are well kept, such as Preston Hollow, then you likely will see great appreciation. I have seen it in the 25 years I've lived here, more than I would have ever imagined. We're actually only 2 doors down from the Dallas North Tollway on Park Lane. You can see there's a bridge right here that goes over the tollway, and then there's a wall. When you're going down the tollway, you can see these walls. but helps make these more established neighborhoods stay quiet. And you can also see behind me an example of what some of the houses look like here on Park Lane. Not, you know, a lot of times there's fences, there's gates, sometimes a solid wooden fence in the front. This is the first car I've seen come down this road in several minutes. And there's a home behind me that you're just really not even hardly going to be able to see, but it is offered for $7.3 million. 5 bedrooms, 7 baths, built in 2006. Very understated elegance. Almost an acre, 0.87 acres. And maybe you can see just a hint of it behind me. But there's just something about this neighborhood that feels very established. And in a home, you would feel very private, especially if you do a gate like they have. This one is just a hair under 8,000 square feet, built in 2006. It is being offered for $7.3 million. And it has 5 bedrooms, 7 baths, and it comes with 0.87 acres. We are really close to the tollway, 2 doors down, but there is a wall and it's a little bit higher up off the tollway, so you don't hear it too bad, surprisingly. But Park Lane and Straight Lane, those are 2 of the really exclusive streets here in Preston Hollow. Just going down the street, it's a quiet, narrow lane. I mean, even though there's so many cars around here, there just are not right here on this particular street. It's so quiet in terms of cars coming by, at least at the moment. That one does not have a gate on it. You could put a gate on it, but sometimes you see homes like this in Preston Hollow that do have gates. You see these nice trees in Preston Hollow. You see a little bit bigger lots than a lot of what you might see in Highland Park or Park Cities. And there's just some very understated elegance in this neighborhood that I think if you're wanting to be near like Presby Hospital or Medical City, something like that, or just near downtown Dallas, but not, but have a little bit more space, then Preston Hollow may be the neighborhood for you.
I didn't want you guys to miss this listing. It's $28.5 million, and this is in Preston Hollow. Really a great home built in 1985 that has also been reimagined. Some things have been redone at the house. It is, I don't know, I think the back side might be even more beautiful than the front, but both sides are beautiful. And it boasts just under 35,000 square feet. It was originally built in 1985, but it is, like I said, it's been redone. It's hosted a lot of very important people. The walls of this house definitely have stories. It's a beautiful mansion if that's what you're looking for. And over 3 acres, right in the heart of Dallas. It's peaceful and quiet. The streets kind of along here in Preston Hollow are pretty narrow, but that means there's just not a lot of people coming through or cutting through, because why would they? It doesn't. The streets are too small. This home has 4 bedrooms and 9 baths, and it has soaring ceilings in the entryway. I wish I could describe how peaceful it feels just in the front yard. And you can see how far back it's set from the road. So if you're wanting something that has a story behind it, it's been in existence, and you could even though it's been redone, you could put your own little touch to it. Change up some colors or whatever, add something. With 3.5 acres, you could add something. So I just want you to see this house in Preston Hollow and see what is possible.
And something I wanted to mention is I was picking properties to show you in Preston Hollow. One of the tricky things about the Preston Hollow homes is that so many they'll just have a gate at the drive, or they'll have a tall wall or hedges, and there's not much you can see from the street of the property. So you really do have to get pre-qualified, and you schedule the showings and go see the properties. But it's still worth driving through the neighborhood. You'll be able to see how, even though The neighborhood itself is not gated because so many of the houses have either a far setback or they have those privacy fences and gates. You still get that feeling of being private, plus the lots are larger. So it really can be a great option, and you can be surprised. Properties can pop up in there that really are quite affordable. And so keep that in mind. And by the way, you know, when you're ready to make that Texas move, whether it's a week out, a month out, or even a year out, go ahead and contact my team. We're ready to help you. All of my information is there in the description. It's also pinned to the top of the chat. You can give us a call, you can send us a text, or you can book a Zoom. Either way, don't delay, call Janée. We're here to help. Okay, so now we're to tea with Janée, and I'm going to reveal a Texas treasure, and that is North Park Mall here on what is called Northwest Highway, or Loop 12 in Dallas. Very close to, it's actually University Park, also close to Preston Hollow. This was in the 1960s. It was a 97 acre ranch, and when this was built in 1965, it was the largest climate control center in the United States. So North Park has been a landmark staple shopping center since 1965. Later, it had added onto it the movie theater and more of the restaurants and things. It was expanded and more parking. There are really some great places to eat here in North Park and a lot of high-end shopping, and it is always crowded. So very, very popular, brings a lot of people in. And if you live in this area, you'll know about it. It's not exactly a hidden treasure, but what is a treasure about it, in my opinion, is that there are over 200 pieces of art in this mall that the Nasher family collected and put into the mall, because this was originally built and owned by the Nasher family, and it showcases the artwork as you walk through the mall, and you get to enjoy that. And so, you know, hey, you can say, hey, hey honey, today I'm going with my girlfriends to go look at art, and you could come here, look at art, and maybe shop a little. But there's also, you know, some of my little hacks, or I go down to the La Madeleine's or the someplace else and get myself an iced tea when I'm here, because, you know, you get a little worn out shopping. Lots of events happen here. Sometimes when I'm walking through, you'll see kids doing a dance show or playing some music, and it really becomes a focal point in the community. And so it's more than just a mall. And I think it's something that is unique in malls. When a lot of malls in Texas are struggling a little bit more, it doesn't seem like North Park is missing a beat. They are just as busy, if not busier than ever. You can see the kinetic sculptures behind me. There it is. We're headed out to the Centerport Garden here at North Park Mall, but I wanted you to see how the Dallas Library has started a little place for the kids. There's some books in here. You can stop for a moment with your kiddos and do some reading. And also, if you pick up one of these guides at one of the directories, it will show you where some of the big sculptures and the artwork is to see. And you can do a legitimate scavenger hunt for the artwork here. That could also be something to keep your kids busy while you shop, is have them see if they can locate those pieces of art. And so now we're in the center garden, and off of this you can see we have Gucci and Louis Vuitton, Breadwinner's Cafe. This is my little place to take a break, get a glass of iced tea. They have great iced tea. If we go on through, we would go on to the Dillards. I parked between Macy's and Nordstrom, and this is also great Dillards, great Neiman Marcus here. And currently they have set up a fantastic area to take photos of your little ones with some pumpkins and let them enjoy the pumpkins. We really love pumpkins in Texas, like really. And it is pumpkin season. So I don't know if you can see that behind me. It's right here across the area. There is a place to take your pumpkin patch photos. Maybe you can see it better from here. Let's see, there's right there. Yeah. You can also see another sculpture behind me. Geometric piece. This is really a great place to, you know, come shop. You bring your kids, eat at Breadwinners, go look at some books, go to the pumpkin patch. I mean, there's more that you can do here than just shopping. And I wanted you to see this garden behind me. These are some very popular plants in Texas. This one with the purple on the top, and some of the others. You can see the little stroller parking behind me. And okay, see all the strollers parked, and the mom's out here at the pumpkin patch. This little center garden is very peaceful, quiet. If you come to the mall, don't miss it.